Hello, my friend. Today we're going to talk about betrayal. What is betrayal and how do we deal with it, both emotionally, logically, and what impact can it have on our progress? So, first of all, what is betrayal? Interesting. So, it's actually to inform upon or deliver into the hands of an enemy in violation of a trust or allegiance, to be false or disloyal. I think disloyalty is the best way to describe it with what we're going to be talking about today. So, betrayal or disloyalty. How do you handle that? How can you get over it? And how can it hurt you? And better yet, how can you use it to make positive change in your life? With any sort of betrayal or disloyalty, let's look at what loyalty is. Loyalty is a feeling or attitude of devotion. I would even say it's like love. So if you're loyal to someone, it is an act of love, right? If someone is disloyal to you or to me, naturally, it's the opposite of showing love. It's showing contempt, distaste, or overall disgust. Now, I don't know if you've ever had someone feel disgusting about you before. It does not feel good. Even if they're awful people and they don't respect your relationship or sacrifices you've made all your life to deal with them. It's not like that when you have loyalty. When you have loyalty, respect, trust, an open line of communication, a relationship, that is when you can talk to someone with an open line. You can talk to them about what's going on in your life. You can respectfully tell them things without it hurting each other's feelings. That's the difference. Betrayal, disloyalty, is when someone goes behind your back and talks awful things about you, or not even awful, just disloyal. Even the slightest betrayal of love, what are we supposed to do? Dealing with betrayal and disloyalty. Here's some of the tips from Psych Central. Talk with someone you trust. The biggest way to defeat hate is love. They go right for love. Talking to someone you trust is an act of love. And getting through feelings of betrayal with someone else causes love to grow with that other person. That is one of the benefits of being betrayed. Self care, whatever. People always talk about self care, but they don't even know what it means. Acknowledge and accept. I completely disagree. I will acknowledge and reject. I will reject every betrayal, every act of disloyalty in my life, and I will reject it firmly unless the correct action is taken by the disloyal party to make amends. I will not initiate. I will feel empathy for them, sympathy for them. I will feel that they're very sad because they don't know the value of love. That is a very sad place to be. Don't blame yourself. I completely disagree with that. Everything is your fault. Everything is my fault. So, if someone is disloyal to us, then we must not be worthy of their loyalty. And we need to find out if it is something we did and correct it going forward so we don't plant seeds of disloyalty in others around us. So, yeah, full responsibility, full accountability. Be patient with yourself. This one's okay. Patience is okay. If you're going through, like, if you thought someone loved you and you found out they don't, then, be patient with your feeling. Be patient with the emotional roller coaster that's going to send you on. Be patient with working through the emotions if you have them from when you were younger or if you've had them for years. Definitely be patient. But being patient with yourself is not being weak. Give yourself space from the person that betrayed you. That is 100% true. There is no reason to have any further contact with anyone who betrays you unless they take the correct action themselves. The only interaction you should have with someone who betrays you is thinking back onto your actions in the relationship to make sure you don't sow seeds of betrayal in another, because it is not a thing that's allowed in my life, and it shouldn't be allowed in your life. Practice forgiveness. This one is also garbage. We do not need to practice forgiveness. We must forgive. Forgive ourselves, learn from our mistakes, forgive the mistake, and move forward. Also, forgive the other person who betrayed you, but never associate with them again. Forgiveness is not the forgiveness we've been taught. Forgiveness is the removal of emotional scars that have been put on us by other people's actions. Forgive those. Do not forgive them. They can earn forgiveness themselves like the rest of the world has to, by apologizing and making amends if they so desire. Avoid retaliation. Now, this depends, because if you are at work with someone and they are disloyal to you, how are you supposed to avoid retaliation when they're literally someone you have to see all the time? Because you can't avoid the inevitable. So, retaliation is also not something that we should be involved in, regardless. There's no avoidance. Do not retaliate. The only retaliation that is appropriate is avoidance of that person who betrayed you, who was disloyal to you. Avoid them at all costs. They will be the ones that retaliate, because they will know they messed up, they will feel wrong, and they will continue to do the poor behavior until there's an actual consequence for their behavior. Now, how does betrayal affect the brain? Trauma. Yeah, that's just garbage. Affect the brain. Give me a break. How does it affect your gut? You feel like you got punched in the stomach. You feel like you had something that you had cherished, something that you thought respected you, someone who thought respected you and would be open to the idea of communicating, and instead they're not. Instead, they reject you as firmly as rejection can occur from one person to another, which is any rejection, even in the slightest, is unwelcome unless it has an open line of communication and is rejecting an idea, a thing, something outside of the person themselves. So let's summarize. If you experience someone who is disloyal, someone in your organization that is disloyal, if you experience betrayal of any kind, if you experience distrust of any kind, it must be eliminated from your life in order to function at your highest capacity. Whoever expressed disloyalty or betrayal to you is no longer worth your time. Forgive yourself for having invested in someone who was disloyal. Find out if you caused the disloyalty to occur. Move forward with your life, detaching yourself from any emotional connection you had with that person 100% and completely. Until a new relationship begins, you will no longer revisit that, and it is up to the betrayer to attempt to reconcile, and it better be good. Thank you, my friends. I hope this helped. I hope it wasn't too negative, and it's appropriate.